to a bowl game. I didn't update y'all the entire season. Let's hope that this doesn't crash. We made it to my favorite bowl game. That isn't a playoff game. Phil Steele's College Football Bowl. Dominic, what are you looking for in this game? Let's try to watch it for the second game. Oh, we're struggling. But yeah,
I'm anticipating a very close matchup, just like the last game we broadcasted. I don't expect anything intelligent to happen on the field. I expect lots of delay of game penalties. And probably a safety.
Yes. How many safeties are you expecting in this game?
I think it's going to be a pretty common occurrence. I'm going to go with a safe number of 3. There's only 1 in the last game, but that's only because the offense picked up towards the end and everyone was scared and didn't know how to comprehend it.
And the graphics glitched out there at the beginning, but here we go. I like how there's different broadcasters for each of these. Oh wait, no there's not. I'm going to turn this up just to see if this has anything to do, and look at those sexy uniforms that the Methodists are wearing. Something's going on with number 10. It just doesn't seem quite right, or 00 or something. I don't know.
There we go. That is actually the outcast of the team. They actually have this really cool tradition where one player's exiled and he has to spend 6 days alone before the game. It's
and
randomly chosen every week. And this week they chose the quarterback.
Yeah. And we are underway for the Phil Steele's College Football Playoff Bowl, or whatever it's called. Anyway, let's not lose.
It's the College Football Bowl.
The College Football Bowl,
Phil
yes.
Steele's College Football Bowl.
Phil Steele's College Football Bowl.
I do appreciate how it's not a fair catch. The last time we did one of these, every single fucking return was a fair catch. So
the defense holds out strong. This actually does look like Navy's uniforms. I appreciate it. But so do the Methodist, which is SMU in real life. I don't have anything to do with SMU in real life. I just like the meme of the Methodist. I go to an actual college. Hey!
You call that an actual college?
I go to an actual college, not the Methodist.
And that was an incredibly dumb football play. I don't really know what happened there. I guess he's glad that it didn't fumble. He didn't fumble it or intercept it there.
Oh, we've been waiting to see how long it was going to take to get our first one, but we finally got it. Our first delay of game.
I think it's a very smart move for the offense to try to trick the defense and to think they'll actually do a football play. Caught him off guard a little bit there, but... Oh, Jesus.
And he gets clotheslined by number 60. Is that Lamy? I believe that was Lamy.
That's negative 5 yards on this possession. Just punt it away, I guess.
And he's going to fair catch it. I'm glad my center, once again, apparently not sufficient enough to broadcast. Now we have one of the best quarterbacks under center right here. Stable, hand off to Rustin. Rustin gets handed up, and he gets body slammed. He has a small seizure on the ground, but that's all right.
That's just the CTE kicking in.
That was our fullback who was returning, I believe. Or no, it was our center. Oof.
Looking to clap the ass cheeks after this game. Ooh. And Mitchell Trubisky's out of the field.
Because you're the one that's trying to be a sports analyst in the future. What do you think the Methodists are going to have to do offensively to win this game?
Probably a couple of delay game penalties. Try to catch them off guard and then punch it away.
And ghost them.
Oh! They did a thing.
Goodbye, pancake.
Pancake, if you're listening to this, we love you.
We want you to have our babies.
All 5 of them. And we don't ever want to see them again.
And coming out of Tennessee, here comes Vanderbilt.
Who wants to talk about Vanderbilt?
To the 5, touchdown Methodist!
That's an absolute offensive drive right there. Nothing else to say about that. Good throw, good run. I don't really like it all that much. Scared me a bit.
Number 11 in the nation, Washington versus Vandy.
I just don't think there's any room for that in college football these days. That's a little gross.
No.
And the extra point is good. 7-0, Methodist.
Let me tell you, that's my MVP of the game right there. Long snapper Nick Home. That was a beautiful snap.
It was. He hasn't messed up on a single snap yet.
Probably because they're all robotic. But Nick Home, that was a very good one under pressure. I see the graphics glitching out fairly often.
I'm glad all 3 people worked really hard on this game. Now they have 5 in the studio.
They may or may not all be dead by this point.
They all had a seizure in the middle of this game. Here we go from the 5 to the 10 to 15, running to the side, and he's going to get raped at the 14.
Seemed to have a lot more room on the right side. He just didn't want it. That's fair. I understand. Running's a bit hard.
If you're the Maryland Academy, what are you looking for to try to get back into this game?
I'm looking for a sack, an interception, or maybe a safety. Just any of those. Try to get into field goal range, because I know for a fact they're not going to be able to score a touchdown on whatever drive they can muster up. They just don't want them to punt down the field. I think that's the worst scenario, because they want to be close to that end zone. Oh.
Yeah. And here we have number 17 just looking like he's just going to go jump off the nearest bridge after the play. And they picked up another first down.
That is disgusting.
I don't think we're going to get the instant classic we had in our national championship game in Season 2.
But I did see that guy just kind of phased through that other guy in order to get closer to the ball. It's as the physics themselves are breaking for the love of the sport.
I really should have made this 7-minute quarters. We'll know to do that once again next year.
The more I look at these monstrosities, the more I realize they're not all human.
And he breaks 4 bones on the play. Loses about 3.
Coach has got some duct tape back there. He'll be able to fix him up, and he'll be back in about 2 minutes.
This game is sponsored by duct tape.
No, it's not. It's sponsored by Phil Sims or whatever.
Phil Steele.
As you can tell, I'm very big into college football. Phil Sims' College Football Bowl is sponsored by Phil Sims' College Football.
Phil Swift, though.
Phil Swift's College Football.
Oh, we're not going to have a fair catch. And he breaks both of his legs as a punishment. Come on, Nick Holmes.
They look relatively painful, but fortunately his legs are very Jello-like.
Starbell hands it off to Rustin. Rustin's going to pick up about 4 on the play. We don't really understand why they're trying to pick up yards, but they are, and I don't like it.
I think they realize there's more than 3 fans there, and they're all shouting their names, and they're just like, oh, we're a team, the Methodists.
Oh, firing over the middle to the 35, 30, 25, and he's going to be brought down at the 27. Wait a minute. I said 25. He didn't even get there. Me too is experiencing the chromosome. No, he got across the 25. It was the 22. I'm sorry, my chromosomes are showing. Oh my god, he gets raped. He's knocked out. Looks like a rag doll. I want to go kill myself now.
That was only negative 1 yards on the play. That's a pretty good run. Could have been worse. Could have been much, much worse.
Firing to the back of the end zone! And the wide receiver just decides to run away before the ball gets to him. When you played football for 25 years...
maybe 8 seconds in the air. That is right. All for Phil Swift's college.
Oh, and he once again gets killed on the play for a loss of 6. Now, the Methodists, they've been really good at passing the ball this year. Top 10 in the country in passing yards. Oh. And the kick is up, and it's good. The Methodists may run away with this game.
That looked like it was about to be short, but thank God the kicker had talked to the devil today before the game.
He had the boomstick.
I'm gonna be honest, I thought that was 4th down territory right there. They were really close. I think they blew a chance to get 4 more points on the board.
I think, well, if you would have gone for it on 4th down there and you would have scored a touchdown, wouldn't it have been smart to go for 2?
I think so too. Especially when you don't actually make the 2. Because we're trying to get some scoregami here.
And he's going to be tackled at the 9 when he could have just ran to the left and picked up about 25. He said, no, we're in safety territory now.
I like the idea of running backwards, though. It tricks the opponents, maybe try to get them off guard. They don't really expect you to run the opposite direction.
And there we go. That's what we're looking for, Maryland. When you think that they were going to trick us and try to pick up yards, they lose 4 more. It's second delay of game.
We talk a lot about how retarded everyone in this game is, but I think the quarterbacks are the most retarded. They're the ones responsible for this.
Here's the handoff, and it's going to lose 1. He clearly got past the 5. Actually, you could say he got to the 6, but they're going to mark him down at the 4. Ragdoll physics.
The refs are also a little retarded.
2nd and 15. He's going to fire, and it's going to be caught. He was surprised that he caught the ball, so he just kind of fell and played dead. It ended up working, and oh my, look at him. He's just, their receivers are so much larger than ours. I mean, the Methodist. Like, this is bad. It's like a bunch of 8th graders playing a bunch of 3rd graders, and for whatever reason, the 3rd graders are winning. We don't really know how.
That's because the 3rd graders have the power of being able to ingest glue without falling over. And it seems like these 3rd graders have indeed ingested lots of glue.
What kind of glue? Do you know the brand? What's your favorite brand? Because I know you played college football for 25 years. You must have had a favorite brand of glue.
I'm going to be honest, though. Elmer's glue is probably the cheapest, most readily available glue, so that's what we had. We had some tough times there in those 25 years.
20,
Most people
15,
wondered why I was
10,
in the locker room.
5. Touchdown, Navy! I mean, Maryland Academy.
That's right.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but we actually had a play.
We'll glue in the locker room.
Did you use the paste or did you use the stick? And if you use the glue, like the liquid glue, did you use the glitter kind?
The glitter kind was a little bit weird because you get those little glitter bits everywhere, and no one wanted to be really sparkly when they were on the field, because that's gay. Miss me with that gay shit. But what we would do is during the hot summer days of college football, we would freeze the glue sticks, and then we'd have them as ice cream, like a little ice cream treat.
Ah, yes.
That was refreshing.
Yeah, my mom used to tell me, eat a glue stick a day, keeps your bones from breaking or something. I don't remember.
How much of life expectancy do you have after these this next year? Has the doctor told you how much has been shaved off?
They just said stay away from me. What is Starbell doing? He's just gonna slide. I don't know what that play is because you played college football and you're not the one going to college to be a college football analyst. What do you think was his thing there?
I think he was trying to find his mom in the crowd there. She was to the left, and she didn't really tell him where he was sitting, so he's been looking all game for her.
Understandable. In the recruiting bio, it does say that his parents go to every game. Or was he the one that didn't have parents? One of my quarterbacks don't have parents. I know that for a fact.
Well, they're probably there somewhere.
The ash. It's not really snowing. It's just their ashes spread it out onto the field.
He got hit hard.
Here's what I've been waiting all game.
Those teasers are just unavoidable. They don't feel good. But that was a pretty good boomstick right there.
He hit him with the boomstick.
I'm getting off. I'll see y'all tomorrow or later on today.
You've got to watch the rest of this game. Firing it, it's intercepted.
I want to watch it.
What a play. It looked like it was right to that defender.
Alright, see ya. Have fun masturbating to this.
I know I will. And am.
Here's the handoff to Rustin. Rustin says, nah, I'm only going to pick up 8 when I clearly could have picked up about 90 on the play.
Sometimes those holes close quickly, and when they're not closing quickly enough, you got to close them yourself.
Crazy thing about this game, if there's literally just 2 more points scored, it'll be the highest scoring game that me and you've called. Oh my god, what in the Nathan Peterman hell was that?
Looked like he was going to take off with the ball there for a minute, but then he decided, nah, not good enough. So, incompletion is where it's at.
Gonna try again, firing to the 25-20, and brought down at the 15. That's gonna be the last play of the first quarter. In the Phil Steele's College Football Bowl, the Methodist lead Maryland Academy 10-7. They're just running them on, well, everything besides, well, rushing the ball. They don't really do that well. They haven't controlled time of possession. Just know that I really love this team. They're my team, and I've watched them do things.
Are they good things, Dalton?
I got a little bit nervous there. I'm supposed to be unbiased, but I recruited most of these guys. It's my team, and I'm really kind of disappointed with their efforts right now. I'm hoping that they'll go jump off the bridge.
I'd assume you'd be on the sideline somewhere, but I'm glad that you're in the booth with me.
If you remember watching the Sun Bowl, there was that coach saying, touchdown Methodist! Oh, no, they're going to call him down at the 1. If you remember watching the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, how Florida State was like, nah, we don't want a head coach. That's what kind of happened here. So
which one of your players is acting as interim head coach?
And we pull a Seattle Seahawks. Don't mean to ignore your question, but we decided 1st and goal from the 1 was too hard. Better back it up to the 6. But I think it's probably our kicker. If I had to guess. Oh my god. His
bio does say that he's a leader on and off the field.
Yes, it does. He is a champion of life. He's gonna go beat homeless kids or something when he graduates. And he's to the 5, and oh my, he was almost in the end zone. The refs kind of cucked us there. Kinda sucks.
It's alright, the refs do enjoy their cucking. They're gonna go home tonight and watch a large black man have sex with their wife. All of them.
3rd and 2. He's going to fire to the end zone. Touchdown, Methodist.
I'm not sure if I agree with that play. He could have just ran in there, but he wanted to help his cancer friend over there. He's got only 70 more years to live in his life. He was like, you got to have the touchdown, number 11. And he did it.
Here's the interim head coach, number 21. He's got the right number. He's the right position, and he plays for the right team. So I don't see why he should not be the coach. So... And the extra point is good.
Excellent snap by Nicome. One more time. Nicome. Excellent snap.
If I had to ask what I think is going to happen in the rest of this game, I think you can put the Roosters in the barn because this one is over. You can go bring the Make-A-Wish kids out because it's a done deal. I mean, all of the fans look at them. They're all having a seizure. What you love about college football.
Dalton, I do believe that all of these kids are actually Make-A-Wish kids. I believe you accidentally put all of the real people in class in the retard class.
Well, I'm glad I got the better ones. See, the reason why our quarterback's playing so well is because I make him eat a whole bottle of Roundup weed killer before each game.
The doctor said that he only had 3 more months to live, but it'll be the best 3 months of his life.
Anyone wants to win the Phil Steele College Football Bowl, and it's the only game I've had my eye on since I've taken the job over for the Methodist.
I wonder if Phil Steak is out in the crowd somewhere, just proud of his football bowl game.
I know I would be.
It's got a ring to it. Phil Steak's college football bowl game.
On that left side at the slot, there's nobody guarding him, and he's going to fire to him, and I got it. Might as well just call me Tony Romo. I got the play right. I didn't actually call the route. I just said he's wide open, and they threw it to him. First down, Maryland Academy.
Good job, Tony. The Tiger. Slug Bowl.
What a shame on that play.
That was a good yard right there. They might need that yard later on in this drive. It's better to have a fourth and 1 than a 4th and 2.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But sometimes you just don't even get there.
If I'm the Methodist, or rather, if I'm Maryland Academy, I would just keep throwing it up to these guys. They clearly have like a 3 feet advantage over all of them. I don't know why I'm recruiting such small defensive backs, but it's fine. Oh, he's doing trick plays now to the 10-5 touchdown, Maryland Academy.
This is completely different than the Maryland Academy in real life.
Absolutely.
I think that there are more completions in this game than the actual Maryland Academy.
Maryland Academy in real life has never had 2 completions in a real game.
I can safely assume he's going into the National Football League.
We could do a series on that here, but all I've done is spend my time on college football. My true love.
I thought your true love was barbecue sauce on your tits.
That's my favorite pastime, because baseball's pretty gay.
Understandable. It is for faggots.
Now, how do you think the snow's affecting these players right now playing in their bowl game? They think that they're going to go to a nice sunny place where they can chill for 2 weeks, but no, here they are in the snow having to deal with this.
I don't think they actually have the brain power to let it bother them. They might just see that it's cold and it's a little bit harder to grab the balls, but other than that, I think they just think it's a normal field. I don't even know if they can see color, to be honest.
I think they just close their eye and just take off with it. Sometimes they throw it in random directions, and sometimes it works. Holy shit. We got a penalty. What is that? Pass interference?
This is how we train them, after all. This game has penalties? Crazy. I'd decline it if I were them.
The same. But I'm not the head coach this game, our kicker is.
What a run up there. Up the guts. 2nd and 5.
They're doing really well. And Starbell's just going to say, nah. Just nah.
That was a very, very sexy snap. That's the word.
Can we just take time out of our broadcast and just say, damn, he a thick-ass boy. Talking about the quarterback.
Thick-ass boys, but I think Nicome right there. It looks like he's got a fucking diaper full of poop. That's how thick he is.
Damn, boy.
Looking like a snack out there on the field. I'm sure the fans are getting hungry.
Ooh, that was a boomstick to the 15, the 20, and he's going to get launched back to about the 22. If you're the Methodist, how worried are you at Maryland scoring?
I'm not.
Thank you. And there we go. First delay of game penalty this quarter.
Like I said, I think these are actually very smart plays to take. A lot of people might say, why would you just get rid of 5 yards and have to get more yards to get a first? But throws the defense off.
Sometimes they just don't know what they're doing whenever they get 5 extra yards to play defense.
No, Dalton, they don't know what they're doing anyway. They don't actually know what they're doing anytime.
And the quarterback is just going to take off and run. He's making it 3rd and manageable after that pickup of 2. Would you be surprised if they were to take a delay of game on this play to really throw him off?
Absolutely not. I think that's a very smart play to do because it's the 3rd and 13. You're probably not making it anyway. So you might as well just try to give your punter a little bit more room to pump the ball down the field.
Out to the 40, 45-50, 45-40, 35-30, towards the right sideline. Zilla to the 10, the 5, touchdown Maryland Academy.
This is a complete choke job by the Dallas, the Methodists. The
Roosters
is coming. The Dallas, the Methodist Roosters, my bad.
We're not doing too good. Hopefully he misses the extra point. I don't think he will. He wears number 36 for a reason.
The kickers in this game have been absolutely automatic. In fact, if I was them, I'd take all 3 timeouts right now and try to ice it.
Unfortunately, we could not listen.
He's going to be so frozen he can't walk.
Well, with 4:45 left in the second quarter, in the first half, whatever way you want to put it, do you think the Methodists have to score this drive to stay in the ball game?
Absolutely not. I think they just have to stroke it out until maybe about 3 minutes left in the game. If they can keep within 4 points, then I think they'll have a good chance of winning this game off of a retarded play.
I like your enthusiasm. Here comes our center, who's just going to get raped, and then 57's just going to nosedive about 7 yards down the field after he makes the tackle.
Looks like he's in a bit of pain there, but he gets back up. Like most of these players, his bones are actually made of nothing but cartilage. And I think his coach has some duct tape as well.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen this man. His name's Stickler. He's a stinker on the field. Honestly, I think you got to give it to number 36 on this play.
I think you got to hand it off to one of the receivers over there. They can come back for the ball.
Number 36 protested there that he was not getting the ball, so he just stood up the quarterback until he got sacked. We have a traitor.
I think that was a very smart play. That was a smart play. You can't take all the shit from your other players. You got to show them who's boss. especially in clutch situations like this.
And they're going to hand it off to Rustin, and he's going to get gangbanged on the play. Are you surprised they're not going for it on 4th and 11 at their own 17?
I actually am a little bit. I think this is 4th down territory. You absolutely need to get some points on the board, and this is not the way to do it. But that is a really shitty punt.
Now, Navy, I don't know why I keep calling them Navy, because they look like the Navy and they're named after the Navy. But Maryland Academy, actually, I think we've already played Maryland Academy. We're in the same conference. What the hell is this? In fact, we are.
Those are what we call incompletions.
God damn it, I just hit you with that Chanel West Coast laugh. I'm sorry.
It's alright. As long as you go into the closet and shoot yourself with your new 12-gauge shotgun, Coach, that you use on your players, it'll all be okay.
Sounds like it deal to me.
I think this is one of those games you want to show your broadcasting class.
Absolutely. Mr. Hunziker's going to be thrilled.
What a name.
Dave Hunziker, Oklahoma State Cowboy voice for Cowboy football.
If you hear us,
and
Dave,
other sports.
I want you to know that a random man in North Carolina loves you.
Absolute God. Oh, I didn't even realize it was 4th down. Let's see how McComb's going to do on this play. Yeah, he's going to get raped, as usual. But hey, he's clapping. He's looking the wrong way. Now he's trying to figure out which team he's on. Now he realizes he's the one that starts every play.
I'm just thinking that maybe if he didn't freeze every time he grabbed the ball for about 2 to 3 seconds, he might actually be able to run somewhere. But unfortunately, he's possessed by demons.
Kabashi! Or something. Oh, the Methodist has called a timeout. They have 2 remaining in the half. What do you think about that timeout? Was it a well-timed timeout?
I think you need to take a delay of game penalty there if you really wanted a timeout. Those don't really come very easily, and you could have saved them for the second half.
I don't see how that was a first down, but I like giving it to number 51. He's a big man.
He was about 3 yards short, but the referees have crossed eyes.
This time they make up for him, as he lost 4 on the play. I don't know why we're just still giving it to him. We've called a timeout, and we have 1 remaining.
If you do it once, it might work in the next 17 times. And if your player gets CTE, that's a bonus. It means he's
Absolutely.
a pussy.
Last time 36 was on the field, he decided to try to kill everyone. We dump it off to him, and I don't know what the hell that was.
Looks like they didn't pass enough in the pregame coin toss. Whoever had that glitched out jersey must have not been passing it as many times as they should have, because that was horrible.
And we threw in the retard at quarterback. I don't really know what to say. His mechanics were off. I mean, he's got a better engine because he upgraded his internet. I don't know what you want me to say. And we're going for it on 4th and 14. And we are well short.
I told you this was 4th down territory. I like it. Unfortunately,
you are the analyst.
That's just the thing.
To the 10.
I do believe that quarterback. I don't know what this is.
Retarded.
What a play. That's all I have to say. That was a very solid play.
Maybe they went for it on 4th down because they knew that they were going to get the ball to start the second half. And Maryland Academy is a bunch of pussies, And they're not going to score a touchdown. They're just going to kick the field goal.
Oh.
Second and goal from the 12. No timeouts left. And he's going to be absolutely killed on the play. It's going to come with an extra helping of CTE. And his neck, it looks like his mom fucked a giraffe, and out he came.
I think his mom's in the crowd right there. She seemed to be cheering for that play.
And he's fired to the end zone, and it's caught for a Maryland Academy touchdown.
That was quite a play. We've only seen like maybe 3 or 4 of those in our lifetimes. Actual football plays. What a deal.
We're spending $27,000 a year to do this. Why? And the extra point is good. Maryland Academy 28. The Methodists 17.
It seems like the Methodists have absolutely choked this away. Nothing else to say, but I think they have a great chance to come back. They're only down by 11. They have a good opportunity here to drive down the field, get some more points on the board before halftime.
$73 seconds left.
We get to see the field in hell.
Oh, yes.
For a split second before the game starts.
I forgot to press circle so we didn't have to look at the field. Here's the kick. Oh no, he actually has a boomstick on the play. The comb doing things. Now he's going to go backwards. He said he could have made it past the 15, but he has a whole corn dog on. If he makes it past the 15, he will indeed have to ask out Amber Johnson. And she's a whore. He doesn't want to do that.
I believe Amber Johnson's actually watching this broadcast right now. Hello, Amber.
Oh, it's cut to the 40, 50, 45, 40, Stickler to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Methodist. This guy was a complete retard for the entire play and the entire game, but now he decides to show his potential. Too bad it may just come a little bit too late. I know we have another half, and they're going to get the ball to start the second.
Run.
Well, fortunately for us, the Make-A-Wish Hospital is in the background. I know it's not a hospital, but we built it there, and he was like, oh boy, John Cena's there. He doesn't even know who John Cena is. He's just that damn retarded.
It's actually a warehouse we like to use to store retarded children. Sometimes we put food in there, sometimes we don't.
And that is called the state of Ohio.
And per usual, we get to see a nice view of the field in hell for a split second before going back to normal. I repeat, Satan is watching over us on this blessed snowy day in Texas, wherever this is.
Across the 15 to the 20, he decides that he does not want to break that 20-yard line, and he'll get tackled around the 18.
That is a very good idea right there, to not break the 20-yard line. That is the forbidden realm of success. It's not usual that college football players like to go over there, so it was a good play to end it at about the 18 there.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. Dropping back, firing to the right. He's got a chance to intercept it. No, he's going to go too early, cross the 35 to the 40. That's where he'll be tackled.
That was a good play. I like how the football stayed in the air for about 7 to 8 seconds. It's a very, very long time. Like I said, Satan is watching over us.
If you don't throw it as high as you can, even if it is down the field like 2 yards, your receiver may not be able to find it. So that's why you just got to launch it up. And he's got 10 seconds to find it if he doesn't see it coming out of your hands anyway. This looks like it could be the last play of the half. Oh, I'm sorry.
That is okay.
Maryland Academy could have called a timeout, but they said, hell no, we're going to go eat our glue sticks in the locker room. Oh my God, Maryland Academy, 326 yards passing, 22 yards rushing compared to 19 and 236, or 238 rather, by the Methodist. What are you looking for the second half?
Just yet. I think they've got replenished on their glue. I think that was the real problem with the Methodists towards the end. They didn't have enough Elmer's glue before the game started, but now that they were able to go back to the locker room, they all stacked up on some, maybe 2 to 3 bottles a person.
Do you think it's going to be enough for the Methodists to win this game?
That really depends on how much glue Maryland Academy actually had in the locker room. I don't think that they mentioned anything about having glue before this game. Unlike the Methodists bragging about their glue.
Well, Nickham's going to have to ask Amber Johnson out as he made it to the 20. Oh, Lockton.
I could smell her vagina from here.
That's just Earth scent now.
Some people use it to find their way back to the college campus.
It's what the Methodists are known for.
A homing beacon.
And the Methodist is going to take its first delay of the game.
I think that was still a good call by the Methodists there.
Absolutely.
It's a little hard sometimes.
They're on pace to do it again.
You got to reset it back 5 yards. They really like this yard line.
He throws it into a gang of 5 guys, and it somehow just falls to the ground. Elmer's glue, it's working well for the Methodist right now. I don't think Maryland had enough Elmer's glue, or that would have just stuck to him.
You see, I think that's a really good play right there. It's called the prison. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You usually just end up with your butthole wide.
What are you expecting on this 3rd and 15? Are you going to try to make it 4th and manageable? Maybe a 4th and 12 and go for it?
I think what they're going to do is maybe pick up a yard, maybe a negative yard, and then they're going to try to punt it down the field. Try to get a good punt.
Well, I was right. They picked up 3 yards. They had 2 guys wide open down the field. And why are they going for it? Okay.
Not 4th down territory yet, but sometimes your punter can be your best offensive playmaker. If he can get a good boomstick here, he can trap them in their territory and get some better field position.
Well, I've got to go check on my dog because she decided, she didn't decide. We decided that she wasn't going to be a horny little slut anymore. We're going to go get her tubes tied or whatever it is. Or spade or whatever the hell it is called. So, I'm going to go check on it. We'll be right back. I'm not going to pause the game. We have a great broadcaster to keep you up on all of the action just in case you don't know what sports ball is. And right before we leave, he has a man wide open, and he does not grab it. Thank God. I'm Dalton Spence.
The only problem is I'm about 5 to 6 seconds behind the play.
Perfect.
Well, as he's gone checking on his dog's fallopian tubes, or whatever, I will say this, I believe that the Methodist quarterback is going to become a wonderful quarterback in the NFL, possibly drafted 2nd overall by the Chicago Bears. And I'm just saying that he's looking promising right there. That was an absolutely great incompletion right there. 4th and 7, I don't think it's 4th down territory just yet, but I wouldn't be surprised. Would not be surprised. It was a very high punt. I thought it was a pretty decent one right there. Nothing special, but it did get some get some air there. Absolutely raped on the play. 2nd and 10. As he's checking on his dog's fallopian tubes, I'm going to go get some drinks from downstairs. And that was a very good delay game penalty to take yet again. I have not seen a badly timed delay game penalty yet.
Second down. Let's go, boys, let's go.
It looks like I've missed a lot on since I've been gone. Thanks for covering. Oh my God! Are you still there? I'm just gonna assume so. Let's take a look at the stats. Not very good. Meek. Is the Meek still there? And there was a sexual grunt on the play. And dumps it off to the 50. And I forgot, you're not going to pick up any more yards. That's on me. 2nd and 4 from midfield. They're doing a thing out here. Gonna look at the slot at the left side. Nobody's on him. Man in motion. And they're going to take a delay of game. As Dominic likes to say, it is well worth it. So, in the meantime I was gone, it was probably music to your ears, but oh well.
I'm back.
Hey.
I had to go get some water because I was dehydrating up here in the booth. It's very hot.
It is very hot.
Just like your silky smooth voice.
Kill yourself.
I'm in the process of doing so. I'm watching a man tie his shoes. Did you know that having tied shoes is very important in a football game? That's the important thing about it.
I'm going to have to say false. Did you know the last guy to appear on NCAA 14, well, the last NCAA football video game that they had, never tied his shoes?
That is disgusting. I hope he didn't go on to have a very fruitful NFL career.
I think he did for like a year.
What was his name?
Denard Robinson.
Who?
He wore number 98 for a year. And it's in 2013, and we're like, okay. And it's 3rd and 18.
What's his old number?
Maryland Academy caught them by surprise on 3rd and 18, and they decided to throw the ball. That even surprised me. 3rd and 18, and you're throwing the ball? That doesn't make any sense.
I'll be honest, I wasn't surprised they threw the ball, but the fact that they completed the catch, that was very surprising.
Now, when you get to see this play in the next 20 seconds, you'll see number 86 had the room to pick up the first down, but when the other player gave himself CTE on his shoulder pads and knocked him back a few yards.
I thought he had the first down right there, but I guess not. The refs are a little blind.
Well, they pick it up on the next play. I'm sorry for ruining it for you, but hey, people. Something tells me something extremely stupid's going to happen this play. And I think this may be a pivotal, game-changing drive if you're the Methodist. Gotta find a way to come up with a stop. You cannot let Maryland Academy score a touchdown. 2nd and goal.
Looks like it's all from inevitable at this point. Maryland's been on fire for a while now. Just trekking down the field, first down after first down, tard after tard.
And we go down to Guadalupe Lopez as our sideline reporter. Guadalupe, did Maryland Academy have anything at halftime?
Yes. It had 9,000 bottles of glue stick, which seems to really be helping Maryland Academy. And if they end up losing this game, they're going to be donating all of their supplies of Roundup weed killer to the local homeless place. Thank you.
That's mighty generous of them. They do realize that Roundup weed killer is the only thing keeping them going, besides the Elmer's glue.
Speaking of that, it's 2:37 a.m. Central Time, and why do I have a phone call from a telemarketer? Excuse me.
LTO Switch Rush, how may I help you?
What the fuck? Hey boys, what's good, guys?
If you watch,
we're just
ended up hanging up.
I'm watching. I'm a pretty good coach, my friend. Why is it
Well, we're
snowing?
not coaching this.
Because this is the Phil Steele College Football Bowl.
The Maryland Academy versus the Method. You're ranked!
Yeah, we've been ranked most of the season. It's been amazing. We were like 7-2 at one point, and we're like 17th, and then we were just like, no, let's start losing. Actually, Maryland Academy is in our conference. I'm pretty sure we played them, but who knows?
I'm gonna be honest, that was a pretty good stop for the Methodists right there. That helped them to just a field goal.
Are y'all calling the game?
Yeah.
And we're going to bring in the black guy here to come and help commentate. Seems like Maryland is here ready to kick it off to the Dallas at the Methodist.
In the center, gets all the way out to the 24-yard line. That is his best return. He says, fuck it. I guess Amber Johnson isn't too bad anyway. Her vagina only needs 1,000 pounds of Vagisil.
That was the furthest he's gone on the return all game. He almost got to the 25, but Amber, he's still thinking about Amber Johnson.
Do you
The
have
Methodist
the center as your return, man?
No, it just does that for you. So, if you watch the national championship game, you'll notice that, what team was it again? One of the team's quarterbacks was the quarterback, the kicker, the punter, and the linebacker who had a sack. But the Methodists were really surprised on the return, and they had to set him back with another delay of game. That's its third of this game.
The delaying game penalties have really been changing the dynamic of this game. It would have been pretty boring before, but we've had about maybe 10 delay game penalties.
I love their defense the other team runs. It looks like an I formation.
3rd and 14, are you gonna try
I want to kill myself
to pick up another 3 or 4 yards? And do you think this is 4-down territory?
I think no matter how many yards you have to go, this is absolutely 4th-down territory. You need these points on the board.
And they're not going to get it. They were on fire passing the ball in the first half. Maryland Academy's glue sticks really are helping them out here in the second half. And apparently the Methodists just did not have enough. Maybe next year they'll invest in some Roundup weed killer.
I think what you would have needed to do in this play is you need to get another delay game penalty and then try to go for it. 4th and 19 is a little bit more manageable than 4th and 14.
Beautiful punt by the punter.
So, as you can see, Maryland Academy is at its own 44-yard line. You've got to think, if you're the Methodist, this is prime safety territory. And welcome. Now we have 4 people on the broadcast.
No, I'm about to go back to bed.
That's a lot of retards.
I agree.
I just want to make sure y'all know I didn't really fucking die.
I'm just here.
I appreciate the fact that you come back to reaffirm that you have a breathing and beating heart.
I woke up and I was like, my TV's off. I'm like, oh fuck, I've been asleep for longer than I thought. My whole damn thing went to rest mode and everything was gone. I was like, Jesus Christ.
I've been watching this game for longer than I thought.
Seems like, I feel like this game has gone for forever.
If we had a 7-minute quarter, this game would have been over. Because it's the bowl season, you dirty, dirty broadcaster.
In Texas.
It snows in Texas.
It snows in Texas.
I hate niggas.
Hey, we cannot say that on this broadcast. No hard R's.
Alright, fine.
And what a boomstick! Oh my, it's going to... Huh, we have not seen that on this.
Chandler Morris, number 33 in the nation. Chandler Morris. OU. Do you see that post about that Georgia dude?
Yeah. And it's cut to the 50, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, legit touchdown Methodist, and they're an extra point away from tying this game up.
I don't know about you, but I don't go for the extra point here.
Did you buy the
I think you absolutely need to get one more field goal. That's how you know you earned this game.
They're going for the 2-point conversion. They said we're winning it on the field, firing it over the middle, incomplete.
As I was saying while you were gone, making sure your dog's uteruses weren't all over the ground. I believe that he has a very bright future in the NFL. He may or may not be drafted number 2 overall by a team in Chicago.
This literally says, who is speed? IDK, but I see. Very intriguing.
Well, 9:41 left. Maryland Academy leads the Methodist 31-30. Do you think the Methodists have a chance of winning this game?
Like I said, I think they need to get one more field goal, and I think then they feel like they would deserve this win. But if they can't get that, then no.
Well, it's a good break there for the Methodists because Maryland Academy is starting at its own 21. So that means the Methodists have a legit shot. Oh, never mind. Of picking up a safety.
I think this is sack territory right now.
And the quarterback is just going to shove his kneecap inside number 27's skull.
Man, that's got to really hurt for number 27, but I think most of his players are actually made of nothing but gelatinous blobs. So
and Shorty's going to come down with the sack.
That was excellent play. Just a couple more of those, and you may or may not have a safety and get back in this game.
Absolutely phenomenal. And he's going to throw it to the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 20. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Maryland Academy.
Jesus. Terrible. You're terrible.
If you're Maryland Academy, do you kick the extra point and make it an 8-point game? Or do you go for 2, making it a 2-score game?
I think you try to miss it. I think you just kind of throw it to the dirt.
Unfortunately, they did not follow your advice.
Well, they're retarded.
And Maryland Academy leads the Methodist 38-30 here on the Autism Sports Radio Network or something. Not Autism. That's bad. The Roundup Weed Killer Network.
Wise County Sports.
Yes, that's what this channel is called.
I did see that there was one other person watching it. I'm going to go ahead and assume it's our other broadcaster here and not a fan.
Shut up, nigga.
That was painful and racist against my people. The white people.
Who the hell is ready to put a toaster in their bathtub?
Me. Can I watch?
No, you're going to be in the bathtub.
Can you do it play-by-play?
He is.
Of me. Are they in victory formation? That's too far.
Oh my god, you're stupid.
Oh my god! No, I'll leave. I'll go beat up. It's okay.
And firing gets almost intercepted. He threw it to the right side, and I don't know what the hell he's thinking. He did not throw the ball as high as he could on the play, which is how the Methodists have been scoring on all of their plays. Third and 7 from the 23.
I go as far as to say that there's not even 30 yards on the ground for the Methodists.
Firing over the middle, and it's going to be cut at the 50. 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10-5, touchdown Methodist. And it's Stickler once again.
That was a weird little glitch. Sometimes you got to get those lucky glitches and break some physics, but if they go in your favor and you're a receiver there, I think you're just gone. You just got to keep running, and no one will catch you. Fantastic play for the Methodist.
Absolutely.
As we see fireworks exploding out of the field goal posts for some reason.
Here's the handoff. They have not been able to run the ball all day, and of course it gets exactly what you think it would. A 99-yard touchdown going the other way. Just kidding. Maryland Academy 38. The Methodist 36. This is Rooster Radio Network, presented by Learfield IMG College. If I don't fall asleep by the end of this game, I think I may try to kill Awesome on Madden. And then we may watch the national championship game later today. So if you're a fan of this and you actually want to watch two real teams play, yeah, you may get it. Last year's national championship
real
score.
Obviously in quotation marks.
We had, what was their name again? I don't remember.
It was Nashville.
Who did Nashville play though?
Versus Mississippi Capital.
Yes, the Mississippi Capital. Yeah, Mississippi Capital won the national championship 13-5.
Making it the first national champion to actually play all of the games.
Yeah, the committee didn't like that Memphis lost, or Nashville lost. Yeah, Nashville lost most of its games. Well, that it actually had to play in all of the games that it was actually here, so they're actually having to play a schedule this year.
That is disgusting. They don't deserve to play one of those schedules. They might get some players injured. I think they were good enough last year that they don't need to play again this year.
Unfortunately, they're like 7-4 right now.
Not out of the playoff hunt just yet.
Number 51s came back with back-to-back sacks.
Fucking shit.
The boomstick. What do you think the leg is for the Methodist kicker?
I don't think he has to even do leg day. I think his leg is absolutely phenomenal. I think what happened was he came out of the womb fully formed with a fully formed leg. The rest of his body was a little baby, and he had a full-size adult leg, and it just grew with him.
Oh my God, he's still going. 40, 35-30, 25-20. What an excellent play. They're going to score. Touchdown Methodist, and they take their first lead in this quarter.
That was a very weird play. I think all the defenders all had strokes at the same time there in order to allow the Methodist receiver to run down the field.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one.
Sometimes you just need those cuts. Everyone in this game seems to have epileptic seizures every so often, so when it goes in your favor, you'll take it.
And the extra point is good. The Methodist lead Maryland Academy 43-38. This is Rooster Football brought to you by Learfield IMG College.
I think this is too close to comfort for most of the fans here. They were expecting a blowout of 2-0.
Just like the last one we were thinking we were going to get.
Yes. I'm not entirely sure who the fans are in this crowd. I don't know if they're fans of the Methodist, or fans of Maryland Academy, or fans of nobody at all. For all we know, they could just be slaves.
I think it's just retarded kids that are like, hey, look at this. This is an extreme game of grab ass.
We allowed them to leave the warehouse for one day, and this is how they chose to do it. Chose to do with it.
To be fair, if I also had one day to do anything that I wanted, I too would be going to the Phil Steele's College Football Bowl.
Did you know that most of the kids who are in the crowd right now actually survived cannibalism at a young age? When in the warehouse, we did not feed them at all, and their first instinct was to start eating each other.
And I think that's where they grew an addiction for Roundup Weed Killer.
On their faces. That was each of their prizes for surviving. Everyone get a bottle of Roundup Weed Killer.
And he's got a man wide open. That's going to be a Maryland Academy touchdown.
Once you get that much open space, there's just no one that can stop you. It doesn't matter how fast you are. It doesn't matter who the defenders are. You just turn into God.
He's basically been a god this game. That was by far one of the most retarded plays this game. Top two. But they pick up the 2-point conversion. Maryland Academy 46, the Methodist 43.
He had maybe 2 inches to run. He just decided he wanted to give it to another special ed kid. He already had a rushing touchdown, possibly.
He doesn't know.
What an awesome leave.
Because we're talking about the Methodist football.
I'm about to hop off for good, though. Just want to get back on, let y'all know I didn't, die.
Alright. I'm sorry.
This is a good quality college football game, and I think you need to buy it.
I love you want to buy it just to do stupid stuff. I'm going to deprive my recruits of pizza.
I already tried redshirting everyone on my team, except for my punter and kicker. I had 2 people on my team in the game, and just would not work.
Did you, what happened? Did you buy the game too?
I did.
Oh my god, they picked up 8 yards on the carry there. We have not seen that offensive explosion on the ground today by either team.
Looking like a new age Frank Gore. Same uniforms too.
I noticed that like a few seconds ago. I was like, this looks like the Bills.
He throws into a rape pile there. Again, this is actually a collaboratory play called Prison.
Huh. Believe it or not, that was actually a decent play. That didn't go for a 90,000-yard touchdown.
Well, it's the first one. We have to suffer through at least 3 more downs of this.
But there's a treat for you. That is a delay of game penalty. Pancake, you have a good night. I hope you don't die.
When you're down by a couple points, sometimes you just gotta run it down.
Absolutely.
Give yourself a little bit less time back that you can put your back against the wall.
They're going to pick up a few of the yards right here. 3rd and 13, or no, 2nd and 13 coming up.
I think this is 2nd down territory right now. You've absolutely got to get points on the board. You cannot afford to do a pooch punt right here.
And that's why they take their 2nd delay of game this drive. 2nd and 2, or 2nd and 3 plays.
This is a completely fine decision with me. It's almost 4 a.m. here on the East Coast. These players are tired. They want to go home to their families, possibly back to the warehouse. It's warm in there. There may or may not be some Windex in there for them to drink.
Just sounds like a good deal to me.
And right now they're just playing on this snowy field in the middle of Texas.
On 3rd and 18, they line up in the I formation.
You are an I formation.
It looked like it was going to be a quarterback sneak, but nope, they bamboozled me. They're going to pick up quite a bit there. It's going to be 4th and 8. Do you go for it? I mean, I know you just said you'd go for it, but would you go for it?
I would absolutely go for it on this. I don't think they'll go for it, but if I was the coach and I wasn't tarting out, I would say go for it. And it looks like they're punting it.
It was, in fact, a really good boomstick, so I'll give them credit there.
There was a lot of height on that boomstick. Fortunately, they called a fair catch.
Just like the other 9,000 punts.
Returns are hard. Especially
Maybe
if you're a punt
decided
returner.
Maryland Academy was like, nah, you have your delay of game penalty, we're going to have one too. But it's actually running the clock down.
By it at all. He understands.
He knows what's going on.
As long as he can kill some clock.
They get it off this time. And it's going to be firing over the middle, and it's going to be caught for a 1st down.
I thought that was a pretty decent football play right there. And even better, the clock's still running. This is very good for Maryland Academy.
So assuming that Maryland Academy is going to go on and win this game, do you think that they're going to be a playoff team come next year? Or do they lose too much to not even be considered?
I think just being in this bowl game is enough to take them out of contention for next year. They had their taste of success this year, and I don't think they're going to be able to find it next year with all their recruits going into the Navy and possibly being beaten to death by their superior warehouse buddies.
On that previous play, I forgot to talk about the fact that number 36 just had narcolepsy after he got the ball. I'm sorry. Alright. 2 minutes, 8 seconds left on the clock. If you're the Methodist, what kind of plays do you run?
Probably a lot of running plays that go maybe 2 yards and then punt it. Maybe some delay games. You always have to sprinkle in a couple delay game penalties in there in order to kill the clock, because you do not want to win this game.
I don't know why you'd want to win the Phil's
success by losing.
I don't know why you'd want to win the Phil Steele's college football bowl. But 2 minutes left. I'm going to say they got to get to the 20 so they can kick a field goal. Either way, they've got to go for chunk yards after running the ball for the first 3 plays. They almost took a delay of game, and it's almost intercepted.
I think that's a very good start to this drive. Not only did you not get negative yards, but you managed to waste it down. That's a little bit less of everyone's time that you've wasted.
Could have ran the ball, made it a little simpler.
With a little bit quicker.
He's gonna have a stroke. He's gonna be a few yards shy. Minute 48 left. Clock's ticking. But the Methodists have called their final timeout. Do you think this was the right play, calling a timeout in this scenario?
I think you need to take a delay game penalty. That's the go-to. That's been the go-to move all game. And this has been the high-scoring shootout despite those delay game penalties. So they obviously have given their coaches and players a little bit more time to think about what they want to do.
I'm going to have to totally agree here. It's 4th and 2. I think you've got to take the delay of game just to give yourself a chance. They only have to pick up 2 yards. That's tragic if you're a Methodist fan.
I think you need to pick up. You need to get maybe 2 delay game penalties here.
Excuse me, I don't want to cut you off, but that was clearly not a first down.
So the refs just want to get this game over with as well. They want to go home. It's 4 a.m. They haven't seen their families in a couple days. I mean, months.
The Methodists are just going to try to run out the clock. They're going to call it a day. They clearly have time to try to get down the field, but they're not interested in that. They think they need the rushing yards.
Like I said before, if you win this game, we will not have success next year. It is the Phil Swift curse.
This guy actually had a chance to get down the field. He decided he better have not, and I think it was the right idea.
I think running backwards is a very good idea in that situation. They don't know where you're going. I mean, they do know where you're going, so they're going to try to block forward, so you just run backwards and maybe get some negative yards.
Absolutely. Now, you're probably only going to get 2 plays because number 15 decided to be a retard. And with only a couple of plays left in the game, they're just going to hand it off and they're going to say, "Good game, Maryland Academy." 3, 2, 1. And your Phil Steele College Football Bowl champion is the Maryland Academy. They won 46-43.
That was a very close, high-scoring affair.
They had 569 yards of just passing, 33 rushing yards for your champions. The Roosters, with the last couple of plays, beat them in rushing yards with 36, but barely was over 50% passing with 495 yards, and lost time of possession, net yards, first downs, everything but rushing. So, what's your takeaway of the game?
I'm going to get off because I'm very tired.
Same.
I think that it was much more high scoring than the national championship game, and I don't know if this is what to expect in the new national championship game tomorrow or today or whatever. But if so, I think we're in for a real treat. That was about an hour and a half of my life, of the players' lives, of your life, of the refs' lives, of the fans' lives, and of the warehouse staff's lives that we'll never get back. Now, that being said, I have to get up for work in about 5 hours. So goodbye.
Goodbye. This has been the Methodist Rooster Football. Until next time, see ya.